The shadow beneath the haunted Banyan. Deep in the lush, untamed wilderness near the towering Dangrek Mountains lies the village of Prey Tom, a quiet settlement surrounded by a dense forest. At the heart of this eerily silent jungle stands a massive banyan tree, its gnarled roots sprawling across the earth like the fingers of some ancient giant. Its broad, leafy branches form a vast canopy, casting a cool, shadowy circle over the forest floor. A natural umbrella that seems to hold secrets in its embrace. To the people of Prey Tom, this banyan is no ordinary tree. It is known as the haunted banyan, a sacred place, revered and feared as the dwelling of the guardian of the forest, a powerful spirit called Neak Ta Prey. For generations, a strict taboo has forbidden anyone from cutting, damaging, or behaving improperly near the tree lest they invite the spirit's vengeance. The banyan carries a deeper, darker legacy. Long ago, a man broken by poverty and despair ended his life by hanging himself from one of its massive branches. His spirit, villagers say, remains trapped in the tree's shadow, his sorrow permeating the air. On still nights, faint cries and rustling leaves echo through the forest, as if his soul wanders, seeking peace it cannot find. Wild animals shun the tree save for crows which perch on its withered branches, their mournful caws blending with the spirit's grief. Years ago, another tragedy struck. A pregnant woman nearing her time was rushed toward the hospital along a forest shortcut. Their car broke down directly in front of the haunted banyan. As night deepened and a chill settled in, her labor pains grew unbearable. Help arrived too late, and both she and her unborn child perished beneath the tree's cold shade. Since then, villagers have reported hearing a woman's anguished cries in the dead of night, mourning her lost child. Some claim to have seen her shadow cradling an infant standing beneath the banyan, vanishing when approached. The road near the haunted banyan became notorious for accidents. Recently, two young men rode a motorcycle back from a neighboring village at dusk. As they neared the banyan, a boy darted across the road from the forest's edge. The driver swerved, but the motorcycle's speed sent it crashing into the tree. The driver died instantly, his companion gravely injured. When villagers arrived, the survivor swore he saw the boy, yet no child was found. Whispers spread that the boy was a spirit's trick luring travelers to their doom. Uncle Sock, a hard-working fish seller, rode past the tree at dawn to deliver his wares to market. One morning in the dim pre-dawn light, a woman in white emerged from beneath the banyan, her slow steps carrying her toward him. Her voice, cold and hollow, begged for fish. When he glanced at her, her pale face and hollow, bulging eyes froze his blood. He fled, abandoning his motorcycle and fish, and now refuses to travel that road alone at night. Ratha, a young man fond of late-night revelry, had his own encounter. Cycling home from a dance party, he passed the banyan on a windy night, the leaves rustling ominously. Then he saw a woman in white, gently swinging a small hammock high in the branches as if soothing a sleeping child. Terrified, he pedaled home, sweat-soaked and shaken. That night, his scalp prickled as if stabbed by needles, and a clump of his hair fell out. Nightmares of the woman and her hammock haunted him, and he no longer ventures out alone after dark. Among the villagers was Uncle Seng, a young man with a lean, wiry frame, medium height, and eyes sharp as a hawk's. Years ago, he left Prey Tom to seek his fortune in the frenetic, neon-lit streets of Phnom Penh. The city's relentless pace dulled his connection to the village's myths and superstitions, leaving them as faint echoes of a childhood long past. When he returned to Prey Tom, it was with a practical goal: to build a new house on a plot of land left to him by his parents. The towering banyan caught his attention immediately. Its sheer size and sturdy trunk promised a wealth of timber, enough, he thought, to construct his house and save a small fortune. The villagers' warnings about the guardian of the forest fell on deaf ears. To Uncle Sang, these were mere tales, relics of a less enlightened time. One morning, while the village buzzed with the daily rhythm of fieldwork, Uncle Sang slipped into the forest, his sharp axe slung over his shoulder. Standing before the banyan, he felt an odd pang of insignificance, yet practicality overrode instinct. As he raised his axe to strike, a sudden unnatural gust of wind roared through the forest. Thousands of banyan leaves cascaded to the ground, their rustling like a chorus of whispers urging him to stop. Birds perched high in the branches took flight in a chaotic flurry. Uncle Sang smirked, dismissing the villagers' fears as nonsense, and swung his axe with all his strength, the blade biting deep into the tree's weathered bark. That night sleep evaded him. From the direction of the forest came strange sounds, low moans, faint cries, and a mournful wail carried on the wind as if the jungle itself were grieving. The days that followed brought stranger occurrences. Oil lamps he lit would flicker and die without reason. Tools he relied on vanished, only to reappear in odd places. Worst of all, he felt the constant prickling sensation of eyes upon him even when he was alone. Soon a fever gripped him, a strange malaise that swung between burning heat and bone-chilling cold. His nights grew tormented, filled with vivid nightmares of an old man with eyes like smoldering coals, standing beneath the banyan, pointing at him with silent fury. Word of his transgression spread through Prey Tom like wildfire, stirring whispers of dread among the villagers. They believed he had provoked the guardian of the forest. The village elder, a weathered man steeped in tradition and faith, took Uncle Sang to a revered local shaman. After examining him, the shaman confirmed the villagers' fears. The spirit of the banyan was enraged by his actions. To appease it, he must perform a ritual of atonement. Desperate and shaken, Uncle Sang complied. He gathered offerings, sticky rice, candles, incense, fresh flowers, and ripe fruit, and returned to the banyan, now scarred by his axe. As he performed the ritual, kneeling in the tree's shadow, a cold, unnatural breeze brushed against his skin. From the corner of his eye, he glimpsed a fleeting black shadow darting among the banyan's twisted branches. There and gone in an instant. After the ritual, Uncle Seng's condition slowly improved. The fever waned, and the eerie disturbances in his home grew less frequent. Yet the experience left an indelible mark. The banyan, bearing the wounds of his axe, stood as a constant reminder of his hubris and the spirit's lingering presence. Still defiant after his initial ordeal, Uncle Sang resolved to finish cutting down the banyan, dismissing the villagers' warnings as superstition. Armed with his axe, he struck the tree again, ignoring the lessons of his past. But as he swung, the rusted axe head broke free, flying into his leg and shattering bone. Crippled by pain, he was confined to bed for months. Night after night, he dreamt of a pale woman with long hair, her ghostly form haunting his sleep. He would wake screaming, drenched in sweat, as if something sought to drag him away. His health deteriorated, fever returning with a vengeance, and he began muttering incoherently, claiming unseen forces were coming for him. Doctors could do nothing. Desperate, his family performed another ritual, offering a rooster and other tributes to the Banyan spirit, pleading for forgiveness. Slowly, Uncle Seng recovered, his nightmares fading and fever subsiding. But he was no longer the man he once was. He became quiet, his face etched with sorrow, and he avoided the forest entirely. Through his ordeal, Uncle Seng learned a profound lesson: to respect the beliefs and traditions of others and to tread carefully around the unseen and unknowable. He realized that dismissing the village's stories could bring dire consequences. He now warns others to respect the guardian of the forest, urging them to heed the village's beliefs. The tale of the haunted Banyan carries a broader message. The wisdom of ancestors passed down through generations holds valuable lessons and warnings. Ignoring such wisdom invites peril not just for oneself but for those around us. The ancient banyan stands as a testament to this truth, its branches reaching skyward, its roots digging deep into the ground, connecting the past to the present, the seen to the unseen.